Well, hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I am here with Lisa Rehburg with Rehburg Life Insurance Settlements, and I'm really excited to have you, Lisa. But let me go ahead and get started and let everybody know that today's interview, we're going to ask a lot of questions about this very important topic. And some of them are, what is life insurance settlement? And how much are policies worth? We're going to talk about, is this really legal? And we're also going to dive into what the types of policies that can be sold and what about HIPAA and any other considerations. And so I'm so excited to have you here. Lisa Rehburg is president of Rehburg Life Insurance Settlements, a life insurance settlements broker. And Lisa has been in the health and life insurance industry for over 30 years. She has held executive roles as carriers, general agencies, and Ms. Rehburg is energized by helping care professionals and their clients benefit from unwanted, unneeded, or unaffordable life insurance policies. She has presented to hundreds of organizations, including various financial planning associations, estate planning councils, plan giving roundtables, and health underwriters associations to raise the visibility of life insurance settlements as an option for clients when appropriate. She has written articles for California Broker Magazine, Planned Giving Today, Think Advisor, and the Certified Senior Advisor Journal. She has held executive roles at carriers, general agencies, and she holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Finance and Master of Arts degree in Organizational Development. So hi, Lisa, let's go ahead and get started. I'm really excited to talk to you about this. One of the things that I know as a life care planner and life care manager, basically a healthcare consultant working in the community, is we're always looking for that gold. We're looking for a possible option for paying for care or stabilizing a situation in the clients' lives that we serve. And so what can you tell us about this topic? What is life insurance settlement?
Yeah, we're just another tool in the toolbox. So first of all, Jennifer, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. I'm just passionate about raising visibility for what this is because most people have absolutely no idea that their life insurance policy is an asset. And as an asset, it can be sold. So let's talk about that. What is a life insurance settlement? It literally is a financial transaction. And think about this as like selling your car. When you sell your car, you get a lump sum of cash. You sign that pink slip, right, to the car over to the new owner, and they drive away with the car. They pay for the gas and they do everything from then on. It's really similar. So clients will receive a lump sum of cash and they will sign over the pink slip of their policy, aka a change of ownership form, and every insurance company has them. And the new buyer or the buyer is going to take over the policy. They're going to make the premium payments and they're making themselves the beneficiary. So for them, it's an investment, but without them, we can't help clients. It's a great way for clients to obtain cash for an asset that a lot of times they don't even know they have.
Oh, wow. So how much are policies worth, really? I mean, is this something that's really valuable potentially, or?
Yeah, it can be. So it backstory real quick. The short answer is tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars. We just don't know until we market a policy. Real quickly, not trying to get too wonky, but the buyers are basically looking at how much premium are they going to have to pay for how long. So we're kind of like upside down regular insurance world. The more health impairment somebody has, the shorter someone's life expectancy is, the more valuable that policy is for a client, the more money that buyer is willing to pay. Because frankly, if someone has a 5-year life expectancy, the buyer will get their payoff, if you will, sooner than if somebody has a 15-year life expectancy. So they're willing to pay that more money for shorter life expectancies.
Okay, I understand. So the big question is this legal?
I know. So many people say, okay, I've never heard of this, and it sounds just a little odd. Is
Hmm.
this legal? This is going to surprise people. This has been legal since 1911.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Right? I'm an insurance geek. I love the backstory on it, but basically, it was a Supreme Court decision called Grigsby versus Russell that deemed Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes in a statement decision deemed your life insurance policy as an asset. And you can transfer the ownership of that asset to anybody you want, anytime you want. So legal since 1911. However, The market really doesn't start until the mid 80s with AIDS, when people were diagnosed with AIDS and they were selling their policies right to try experimental treatments. So from there, two very important things happen. One is medical technology allowed us to live longer, right? And as it did that, then the market expanded into the regular life insurance settlements world. And number two, there's an association called the Life Insurance Settlements Association that formed in the mid 90s, and they worked with government entities like NCOIL and the NAIC, which is the Association of Insurance Commissioners, to form model language. And here we go, HIPAA protections to take care of clients. Because in the mid 80s, there was no regulation. So you can imagine, not good, right? So today, thanks to Lisa and these government entities, not only the HIPAA protections in place, but the entire marketplace is regulated. So not only me as a broker, but the buyers are regulated. That's exactly what you want. And they're regulated by the Departments of Insurance in all 50 states. So highly regulated and legal, really important.
Wow, that's really impressive that that's been since 1911. So what about the types of policies when we're helping clients, or should we keep an eye out and someone that might be an appropriate referral because we understand through our, comprehensive assessment in some manner we come across, the possibilities for them to pay for care or release funding for whatever purpose that's going to improve their livelihood and their well-being. Oh,
Yeah, so for a lot of clients, first of all, any type of policy has the opportunity to be sold.
okay.
That's really important. Yes, even term policies. So, our number one seller, if you will, is universal life. It's a permanent type of policy that tends to have cash in it. I am going to submit to you and your listeners that even if policies have cash in it, please don't go and surrender that policy and get the cash out and use that until you look at a life settlement. Because on average, we generate, last year in particular, was 6 times that cash surrender value, on average, or 3 to 5 times. So point is, there's a lot more money available typically with a life settlement than just surrendering it. So that's our number one seller. Number two, a very close number two, is term. And people like, okay, that's just a little weird because term does not have any cash in it, right? It has no inherent value, but we sell term policies all the time. And so we also sell whole, we sell group policies. Those are just a much more distant number three, if you will, in terms of the volume of policies that we sell, because they're just a little more challenging, but we do sell them. So bottom line here is any type of policy has the opportunity to be sold. What I'm not saying is that every policy we market sells. Perhaps the premiums are too high or life expectancy is too long, whatever it happens to be. But what I am saying is any type of policy has the opportunity to be sold, and that's really important.
Okay, that's really interesting to know. And it's better to just maybe reach out to someone like you to kind of talk about it or see if the referral makes sense and just kind of keep your eye open though. So what about, the other considerations such as transparency and HIPAA? You mentioned HIPAA, how does that relate to this industry and what we do? I mean, we're always, as healthcare consultants and in the role of the life care manager and life care planner, we're always of course, focused on how do we protect the confidential nature of our clients' information. So how does this translate to the life insurance settlement industry and what you do specifically?
Yeah, good question. So first of all, everything we do is HIPAA protected for all the right reasons, because these buyers are looking at clients' medical records. That is how they evaluate life expectancy bluntly. And so we're talking about, you're right, social security numbers and a lot of private information. There are HIPAA protections in place to clearly protect clients, and that's really important. But a couple other things I want to mention real quickly. I mentioned that we're highly regulated. So the sale contracts that are used, most of the language is mandated by the Department of Insurance. These contracts are approved by the Department of Insurance. And a couple extra things. Beneficiaries have to sign off. Like nothing we do is under the table, right? Very transparent. In addition, a doctor letter needs to be signed that a client is of sound mind to complete the transaction. And
Okay.
if they're not, perhaps someone has capacity issues due to Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or whatever, power of attorney is fine. But there has to be sign off that somebody's of sound mind to complete the transaction. And the last piece I'd like to mention is you mentioned earlier that we're life settlements brokers. We are on team client. We have a fiduciary duty to clients to market a client's policy to get the most amount of money. In exchange for those services, we are paid commissions. Those commissions are A, negotiable, and B, more importantly, they are disclosed in the sale contract in a separate broker disclosure page in big print that a client has to sign off on. So a lot of disclosures. And the reason that's important is the fact that these buyers, and no disrespect to them, they're not trying to pay the most amount of money for policies. That's why you see some of them advertising on TV. They're trying to get a deal. No disrespect. You and I do the same thing. We try to buy a car, right? We're trying to get a deal.
Oh, yeah.
So unless they have right, so unless they have competition, they are not going to give a client the best amount of money. So that's why, in my opinion, brokers like me are important to maximize value for clients.
Absolutely. It sounds like it's a case by case basis. It's very individualized according of also with respect to what documents you might be needing from the client to make this happen. It's all case by case, depends on this particular situation. And it sounds like so many can benefit from knowing this information, not only individuals and families, but other stakeholders, case managers, patient advocates, all of us that are doing life care management and life care planning as long-term care planning specialists. It's just a wealth of information. It's really been enlightening for me to talk to you. It sounds too like it just falls right in line with what I'm always advocating for, which is long-term care planning, being prepared, being strategic, knowing what your options are, looking at everything, turning over every rock to find possible solutions for either straightening the course or actually hoping to be prepared in a really fully holistic and fundamental way. And I really appreciate all the information that you've given us today, but I know that you're going to go deeper into this topic and it's going to be relevant a lot to what I do as an aging life care professional, because I heard that you are speaking in Tucson, Arizona at the annual conference for the Western Region Aging Life Care Association. And so I'm really excited about that because I'm going to be at that conference. I'm actually speaking as well on care planning, but we're going to have you speaking about this topic and tell us anything else that you have coming up or what it is that you're planning on sharing maybe more of at that conference.
Yeah, we're going into a deeper dive. So full disclosure, right? We're not the best solution for everybody, but like I mentioned before, we are a tool in the toolbox, and that's important. We'll be going into a deeper dive, clearly touching on the subjects that we talked about right now, but we'll talk about case studies, where this works, how it works, deeper dive into the regulation, what the contracts look like, how long this process takes, positives and negatives. There are some negative aspects to it. I haven't had a client not do it because of the negatives, but there are some negatives to it. So we'll be talking about all those details so everybody has a complete understanding of what this is, how it works for clients, what the best opportunities are, where it works best. All those things we'll be covering in Tucson, and I'm so excited to be able to present.
That's going to be a great conference at the Hotel Conquistador. It is basically a Hilton resort, so it's going to be really amazing. We're really excited to have you there and be speaking to my colleagues and my peers. And I'm hoping I can attend your session as well and kind of go deeper into this topic and hear you talk in person. I really appreciate all that you have to offer. There's going to be someone that's interested in maybe reaching out to you, maybe learning more directly from you, or maybe there's even someone that says, oh, I have a client right now, or I'm going to go look, and maybe they're going to come up with a client, right, pretty soon to say like, oh, I think this might be a viable option. How can they reach you, Lisa?
Absolutely, and delighted to talk about any clients, potential clients, ask any, what if questions, any questions, anytime, call me. So Rehburg Life Settlements is my website. I can be reached at 714 area code 349-7981. I'll repeat that real quickly again, 714-349-7981. My email is super easy. It's lrehburg@aol.com. So you can see how to spell Rehburg in the caption below my picture here. But yeah, lrehburg@aol.com. And we're here to be of service. We work nationwide, and it's absolutely a privilege to assist.
Oh, it's so great. And thank you for joining me today. And if you are interested in learning more about the role of the life care manager or starting your own business or growing and managing it into a successful business you can have, helping others with a flexible career track and high up revenue potential earnings, then go ahead and go to lcmexpert.com. I'm Jennifer, and I'm co-founder of the Life Care Management Institute. I've been very happy and pleased to have Lisa Rehburg with Rehburg Life Settlement Solutions here. And thank you. You guys have a great day. And Lisa, you take care and I'll see you in September.
Great. Thanks a lot, Jennifer. Have a great day.